Welcome, welcome, world. Welcome, family. This is the Seymone and Tasha show. And I'm Seymone.
And I'm Tasha.
Man, and we are so excited to have you here tonight, Tasha. You know, we've just been talking about relationships and helping you navigate that, helping, single people look at what someone brings to the table and make sure they're not just jumping into situations out of loneliness and out of desperation, really.
Right.
Yeah. And we've talked to couples on how to navigate your relationships, and we've opened programs for that. But one thing we haven't talked about is how, as a lesbian, how as a gay woman, how as a queer woman, however you put it, how do we navigate this world? For those of us who've been in this for a long time, who've been seasoned, over 20 years, living this lifestyle. It started out much different from what people are experiencing today, what younger people are experiencing today.
Right.
Right? Because doesn't it seem, Tasha, like with younger people, the doors are just like kind of open for them in a way that they're being welcomed.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, times have definitely changed.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's more accepting
Mm-hmm.
than it has been in years, you know what I mean? Years past. So yeah, I do feel like younger people are able to be themselves and just, come out. Whereas, when we were coming out and it wasn't as easy. So yeah, definitely, definitely different.
But I think it's like from my experience and where this is coming from is because I attended this mastermind, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then, and me, when I go places, y'all, I'm happy to wear like a polo. I'm happy to wear like a nice, not like a sweatsuit that you would go and sweat in the gym with, but y'all know what I mean, like something dressy, something like a dressy suit, a sweatsuit. But if the occasion calls for it, I can dress up even more than that. Of course, I can, what the occasion calls for.
Okay.
Yeah. But sometimes, like when we're about to go to conferences or masterminds, I say to Tasha, okay, how do we dress? How do we dress? How do we present ourselves? And, Tasha always said, she always like, oh, Seymone, nah, people just look at you and they know you're gay.
Well,
That's what y'all they said. She said, people just look at me and they know I'm gay.
Look at my wife, y'all.
Come on now.
Anybody with eyes, hello, people, can see. And that's okay.
Yeah, that's good. It took me a long time to be comfortable in this skin, right? To be comfortable being a gay person, having to come out to family, not really friends, but having to come out to family and everything. That's a journey, from years ago. But still then being in the workplace or being in business and going to conferences and things like that are not focused on gay issues, but they just focused on business and going to those, then it's like, how do we show up and how do we present ourselves and so on,
Yeah, that's a good point. I do feel like you said, it depends on when you came into your own journey, as being, like you said, a queer person, lesbian, or however you, identify. And that probably plays a role in how you would show up. And of course, people do evolve, but I think that has a lot to do with it. But these days, honestly, people just do you, whatever that looks like. Do what make you happy.
Yeah. Do what makes you happy. But then, and I know a lot of y'all have been hurt by the church.
That's a whole nother podcast.
When we had our group and somebody on a Sunday said something like, God bless everyone or something like that, people were so offended because people have been smacked down. In the gay community, people have been ostracized. They have been minimized.
Right.
They have just been smacked down by, people from the church. Because the church has shown them such a judgmental stance. Even when I was in the church, going to church all the time, contributing to the ministry and so on and so forth. And the pastor there told me straight up, you're living an unwholesome lifestyle, you know, which was kind of, you know, for someone that you look up to and you respect, and they looking at you and telling you, oh, you're not good enough, what you're doing is wrong, so on and so forth, then I could understand
Right.
how people have had to hear that, you know, and when they're just living their truth, they have to hear that from other people and they feel minimized, you know, and ostracized, like sent out and sent away from the church or from wherever, you know.
Right.
It's like a thing. So when you go to these different business conferences or masterminds, it's like you don't really know what you're going to get.
Right.
You don't know what you're going to get.
You don't. But in these times, it's like you just have to show up as you are, like who you are, and just stand in it. Yeah. Because the reality is people are going to judge you and have different things to say no matter what, you know, whether, you know, you're gay, straight, lesbian, queer, you know, whatever, green, blue, white, you know what I mean? Like it's so many different things that people judge you on. I mean, they could look at, I don't know, like a top that you're wearing and like, oh, the top looks cheap or something. And they don't know you. They don't know you at all. Don't know anything about you. Don't know your background. And they're just judging you by what they, you know, see the clothing item that you have on. You know what I mean? So these days, it's just like you got to just, you know, be you regardless.
You just got to stand in your truth, stand in your power.
Yeah.
You know, and definitely that's what I have to do when I'm out there in the world in an environment that's like, so I go to a mastermind or I go to some kind of conference and it's a totally straight environment. And then they might break out into like a church mode. And I really didn't know that I was going to an environment that was filled with so many people who consider themselves to be pastors or ministers or whatever, you know.
Yeah, like I said, that's another podcast. But the one thing I'll speak to that, Seymone, is the fact is they're in that realm and you feel some type of way, that's a whole nother issue. You know what I mean? Like if you feel like you're, you know, from the church era or that's, you know, that's your thing and you're judging an individual on whatever, you know, you're sitting at the table and, you know, the person has on whatever, you know what I mean? It's like, God loves everyone, you know what I mean? And so for you to say that you're, you know, from the church background,
yeah.
And you know you're sitting at a table judging the individual about what they have on, their haircut or whatever they, you know, it is. It's like I don't see where God would be happy with that. That it just doesn't align. You know what I mean? But it happens.
And it never did. But people always felt people from, even if people are not from the church, you still have people who are just judgmental.
Right.
Period.
Right.
It's not even. Yeah, people who just judgmental, who see you, they're going to judge you.
Right.
And what we have to continue to do is just stand strong in our truth, live our lives, show love and kindness to everyone. And just the same in return.
Right. And just continue to work on yourselves, because don't get us wrong, you guys, that takes a lot, you know what I mean, to own who you are, to stand in it and be, you know, yourself, whoever that is, unapologetically in any environment. I mean, you know, don't be disrespectful, you know, wherever you are. I'm not saying that, but it does take a lot, but you have to continue to work on yourself so you can stand in your truth.
Yeah. And sometimes, you know, you sign up for programs, you get mentors out here or people who, you know, call themselves coaches and different things like that. And then you realize, oh, I'm in a group of a bunch of straight people who are looking at me like I got two heads, you know, because they can't relate to your world at all.
Right,
you know?
Right. And then with that being said, sometimes that needs to be a consideration when you're looking for these different like business opportunities or coaches. You need to make sure that that person aligns with you in a lot of areas of your life, and you know, your lifestyle, who you choose to date and things like that. That does play a, you know, part of that factor, because like Seymone said, you know, you could want a coach, but then, you know, they don't agree with, you know, gay marriage or whatever the case, you know what I mean? Right. And that comes out. And then you're like, pause, like, wait, time out.
Yeah. Like I just spent my money with this person, and now I find out that they can't even relate to me. I find out that instead of lifting me up, they're pulling me down. with their judgments or comments.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like you have to be mindful of where you spend your money, and where and who you look to for support, right?
Yeah.
Who you look to for guidance.
Yeah.
Because if it's not somebody you could rock with, like Tasha and I have the group women we rock with for that reason.
Yeah.
It's for that reason. You might be going through something as a single person or as a person in a relationship, and you go out there and you get yourself a counselor that's heterosexual and can't relate to you.
Right.
Then you might be their advice to you might be change your lifestyle.
Right. Or even in that same scenario, it could be a counselor you seek and they're not the same race.
Right.
And with that being said, sometimes they just, can't really relate on some issues or some things that we have gone through, as a culture, they can't really relate. So it's like, is that counselor the right counselor for me? Is it a good fit?
You got to always see if the person is right and the person is a good fit. And one thing about me, y'all, I've always been in diverse situations. From the time I was in high school, I was going to high school in Manhattan with a whole bunch of, it was people from all different races, like a melting pot. So from the time I was in high school, then on to the Marine Corps, then on to do social work, from all that time, I've always been in a diverse population. So I'm the kind of counselor, I'm the kind of coach, or we run the kind of programs that's all inclusive.
Right.
It's not just for Black people, white people, Spanish people, whatever.
Right.
It's for all women. That's why we say women we rock with. It's for all women. The programs that we run are for all women, and people are always surprised. Like when we had our group on Facebook, and it was for women who were seeking their soulmates. It was for all women.
Right.
We didn't discriminate. We didn't segregate. It was for all women.
Mm-hmm.
So that's us.
Yeah,
that's
you definitely
me and
just
Tasha.
have to stand in, you guys.
We rock with all women.
We've been what they say, code switching for a long time on different scenarios.
Yeah.
And you not being able to be yourself.
That's it.
And stand in it, definitely has to be worked on, and you just have to own it.
And just know that we're providing an atmosphere and environment where you can be yourself. You can stand tall. This is who I am. This is the life that I'm living.
Yep.
You stand tall, and nobody's going to put you down. Nobody's going to look at you sideways, because we live in that life. Tasha and I have been together 10 years, like we tell y'all. We've been together 10 years, and before then, we both had experiences for years and years. So, so like we providing an environment where you can feel comfortable.
Absolutely.
Where you can be accepted no matter what race you are. You can be accepted in this environment because we are a diverse group, and we're open to everyone, to the women who rock with us. We rocking with you. That's it. You resonate with us, the conversations that we're talking about, you can resonate, then you're the woman that we rock with. That's point blank, period.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We here for y'all. We here for y'all now. Not just in relationship tips, relationship programs, and all of that, which you can find in our description, but also with the nutrition, which is in the description too. And I want Tasha to really tell you all about that.
So guys, we always, have a segment on nutrition because we're all things health. We want to keep ourselves healthy. The first thing we start with always is the gut. We eat so many different things these days, and all the stuff is not always clean because they're constantly putting interesting ingredients in it. So with that being said, we want to keep that gut clean and using the restroom. We have our detox tea. This tea is going to make you use the restroom, which will help many individuals that don't use the restroom on a daily basis. You guys, when you eat meals, if you eat 3 meals, you need to be going to the restroom 3 times because you ate 3 meals. Keep that in mind, you guys. Also, we have our NutriBurst, which is our liquid multivitamin. It's like eating 10 salads, one scoopful, one when you drink it.
Or one packet. They have it in the packs too, like one packet each day.
Yeah.
That's like eating the 10 salads. That's it, y'all. So also, if y'all didn't know, on Instagram, Tasha is the vegan diva for life. If y'all didn't know that, now you know. So Tasha has tips and tricks about the vegan lifestyle. In case anyone is interested, reach out to her. Her links are in the description. If you're interested in that vegan lifestyle,
Yep, come check me out, you guys. Or even if you're just open to, some suggestions and you want something different, for a lunch or dinner item to change it up a little bit, plant based. You can definitely feel free to jump on the page. I post some recipes from time to time and things like that. So yeah, just hop on over there.
So basically, what we wanted to tell y'all today and to let you know today is that we can relate to the things that you're going through. We can relate to how you feel about different institutions and how they have, minimized you or ostracized you.
Yep.
We can relate to those things. And we are here to tell y'all that, we're here for y'all. And that's why we come together in community, y'all. People need community. And we need y'all not in the community. We need each other. We need you guys,
Yeah, it's always good to surround yourself with, like-minded individuals and people that can resonate with you, and you're on the same page. And that's going to be women you rock with.
Women we rock with, y'all. Jump in there.
Yeah.
We're going to have some good times in there. We're planning some conferences, some in-person meetups. So get in there. Women we rock with. And the link is going to be in the description. Now, Tasha, tell them don't forget to
like, subscribe, and share, you guys, with family members and friends. Drop some comments. We love to see the comments, and we'll definitely respond to you guys. And just make sure you're subscribing so we can get these numbers up, y'all.
Subscribe, y'all. Just don't watch the video. You got to hit the subscription button, y'all. Let's go.
Because if you hit the subscribe button, the one thing that the subscribe button does, it gives you a notification like if we go live and if when we post our new episodes, which is every Tuesdays and Thursdays at what time, Seymone?
3 p.m. y'all. 3 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And if I slip up and it'll still be then on a Tuesday or Thursday, it might be 6 p.m. or 9 p.m. But 3 p.m. is what I do try to stick to. 3 p.m.
Okay, good. So yeah, y'all look for the new episodes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and y'all come on over to Women
We rock with.
Women
we rock with, y'all. See y'all later.
Peace.
All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.